Finally, relevant talk. Where you hold the microphone. America's first competition talk show. You're in the hub.
I got a little change in my pocket.
Good day and welcome to the Hub Internet Show. I'm your host, Joel Aaron, joined today by Stephanie, Jared, and Rich on the panel all week long. You can vote on whether Stephanie or Jared won the face-off debate last Wednesday by posting your vote in the comments section beneath the YouTube video. We'll let you know on Wednesday who wins. If Stephanie defends herself, her place on this hot seat from last week, and or if Jared wins and comes back to defend his spot on the panel this coming week. That's the way the game is played. All right. There's a lot of talk right now about April 26th because April 26th is D-Day, it seems, for the re-emergence of the cap and trade bill. The newly revamped and improved cap and trade bill, cap and tax bill, coming out of Congress. And this failed last year in the summer. And lo and behold, we dedicated several months of our lives trying to regulate our way into carbon dioxide emission regulation through the Environmental Protection Agency for a little bit of time there. But now we're coming back. And the problem is that the global warming enthusiasts have a little problem right now. And it's called a volcano in Iceland that exploded last week on the scene and has sent plumes of smoke and cloud and ash all over Europe. And they're saying now that this new one, Eyjafjallajökull volcano, may be the next to erupt and may make bad things worse. You fear the things you don't understand. You fear worse the things you can't pronounce. And that is the critical nature of what's going on here. They're trying to reintroduce this at a time when they're saying, talk about us raping Mother Nature. Well, Mother Nature has a pretty good job of returning the favor all on her own. What do y'all think? I mean, is this like the worst timing in the world to reintroduce cap and trade legislation? Stephanie?
Okay, my first question would be, when is a good time for cap and tax? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to pay for all of this until I have actual evidence that this is no longer a theory. 49 states had snow already in 2010. It's the first time in like 50 years.
All at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time.
All at the same time, including Florida.
Exactly. I mean, Florida, hello, snow.
Technically, in Hawaii, those were rose petals. They saw them from a distance, all a little confused.
I guess, then Obama's talking about a 15-cent tax per gallon of gas. How can we afford this? And, the truckers, everybody else, our entire country is ran on gas. So exactly how is this creating jobs? My question really is, how many jobs do we have to lose before these idiots get this administration's trying to destroy us?
Well, I mean, I don't know where you get off on these idiots, though, because this administration has gotten this, which is why President Obama just last week declared that he is going to open up offshore drilling and start building nuclear facilities, or at least start the process that takes 10 years, and eventually we might just have them. And this is a clear indication to me that the man is serious about starting the process of potentially having a conversation about the process of perhaps doing this one day.
Joel,
I don't know how you could be more clear than that, Rich.
we have completely underestimated this Harvard law school review grad, president, whatever. Clearly, he's smarter than we all think. For instance,
Clearly.
I mean, they want to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. What better way to reduce carbon dioxide emissions except by having a large portion of our population die off because of the healthcare plan that they have is completely, totally flawed.
God. Now we're on the moon back category.
Now, if you want to talk about reducing the smokestack gases that are shooting up through the sky, great. How about let's just shut down all these Fortune 500 companies because now they can't afford to employ and pay their employees because of the new taxes. They are extremely smarter than we thought.
Well, I don't want to go to an extreme here. We might not all die off in 6 years. It might take a little longer. Jared, what do you think? Bring us back down to earth.
Anytime I read the words reduce emissions of carbon dioxide, after I pick myself up off the floor and stop screaming profanities, then I think that if carbon dioxide really was a pollutant, then maybe the best thing we could do is shut down Congress for at least 6 months.
Amen.
And if they weren't talking, then that has to cut down carbon dioxide emissions at least in half in this country.
Well,
I mean, the absurdity of this is just it's unbelievable, and the fact that we continue, that we being the Republican Party that should be the people up against this, continue to accept the premise that carbon dioxide is a pollutant is what's wrong with Congress and what is leading people to revolt against both parties in this country right now, because this is completely asinine. Carbon dioxide is something that plants need to live on. And it's no different than plants deciding that oxygen is a pollutant and they should stop putting that out. If they do that, then we die too, and it's really a bad thing for everybody else. You cannot say that anything in this world that something lives on is a pollutant. That is ludicrous.
Thank you, Rush.
Yes.
I do have to say that's a little more nuanced than this guy over here. Rich over here scares me to death. I bet you have survival seeds, and I bet you have commodities trades. Don't you? You have gold. Don't you?
Just call it like I see it.
Oh, well, he sees it. He sees it scary. Stephanie, what do you think?
It's not like me to quote Sarah Palin, but this one was good. His vast experience in nuclear and otherwise as a community organizer. I'm pretty sure somewhere in the community organization stuff, it says that, wow, I know how to run the economy, I know how to run everything, and I know all about emissions and global warming. That community organizer experience, I think I need to be signed up.
Well, I mean, like Rich said earlier, he's smarter than the average bear. Now, here's the thing. The bill that they're putting forth is a effort, collaborative effort between Democratic Senator John Kerry and Lindsey Graham, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, and Independent Senator Joseph Lieberman, who have been toiling away at this for months, since last July when we failed it the last time. So, guys, we need to not be so quick as to be so dismissive here. They've been working very hard on this. And you've got to give them their props. Obviously, they haven't been sitting around counting ceiling tiles for a year.
The other thing that makes, just blood shoot out of my eyes is hearing the word Senator Lindsey Graham. That's the other thing that just really kills me. Especially when he says brilliant things like, I am more than willing to meet you more than halfway, Mr. President. That's not a compromise, that's a surrender. And Lindsey Graham needs to be surrendered back to the population from which he came. South Carolina, please get rid of Lindsey Graham.
Small business owner. He'll be. I think he could live in a hungry store. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow on the Hub.
When I woke up this morning on the wrong side of the bed, and how I got to thinking about all those things you said.
You gotta start that. You gotta start with that. That would be hysterical.
No.
That should go into the promo.